Hi, I'm Jessie Hammett, your host of Valley News Now, with some afternoon news updates. A St. Michael, North Dakota man has been found guilty of second-degree murder and arson in the death of a teen on the Spirit Lake Reservation. 36-year-old Cody James Belgardy is convicted of shooting and killing 17-year-old Leroy Chapin. In January of 2021, officials say Belgardy then set fire to the house where the murder took place. After 8 days of trial and over 30 witnesses, the jury reached a verdict and found Belgardy guilty of second-degree murder and arson. He faces a sentence of life in prison at his sentence hearing set for March 6, 2024. A West Fargo man was arrested after a neighborhood dispute over the weekend. West Fargo police were called to a home just after midnight on November 11th after a man reported his neighbor pointing a gun at him. According to court documents, the caller said he has had issues with his neighbor Jordan Ostermiller for a while. He said the fencing company came and put fence flags up around his property line, but when he returned to his house later that day, the flags had all been pulled out of the ground and put in the middle of his lawn. The homeowner told police he took the flags, put them between Ostermiller's screen door and front door, and walked back to his house. A short time later, the man says Ostermiller showed up at his house with the flags in one hand and a black handgun in the other. Ostermiller was detained for questioning, and court documents say he admitted to the police that he went to his neighbor's house with the fence flags but denied having a gun. Officers also took statements from the victim's friend and Ostermiller's wife. She told officers that Ostermiller grabbed a handgun from a safe before going to the neighbor's house. She turned the gun over to officers, and Jordan Ostermiller was arrested for terrorizing with a dangerous weapon. Well, 36 years later, authorities are still searching for information on the disappearance of a Wadena, Minnesota woman. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says Carla Anderson was dropped off at her apartment in Wadena on November 13, 1987, and never seen again. Authorities say Anderson was dropped off by her mother and stepfather after dinner celebrating Anderson's recently being named Employee of the Month. Authorities say her purse and other belongings were left at her apartment. Officials suspect foul play in her disappearance. At the time of the initial report, Anderson was 5 feet tall, 80 pounds, and had blue eyes and strawberry blonde hair. Right now, she would be 59 years old. If you have any information on the case, call the BCA at 877-996-6222 or the Wadena Police Department at 218-631-7700. And those are some of your afternoon top stories. Make sure to check out all the information at valleynewslive.com. I'm Jessie Hammett, your host of Valley News Now.